Have you ever been excited to start a new project, only to be hit with an error message that leaves you scratching your head? If that's you, you're in the right place. Today, we're tackling the frustrating issue of missing metadata files in Visual Studio 2017. I totally understand how disheartening it can be when you follow all the usual advice and nothing seems to work. You're not alone in this struggle. Many developers face this issue, and it can be quite perplexing. Let's dive into the specific situation at hand. One user recently created a new ASP.NET MVC project and encountered the error message stating that certain metadata files could not be found. They checked the bin folder and found it empty, while other projects were working just fine. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what could be causing this issue? The missing metadata files usually indicate that the project did not build successfully. This can happen for various reasons, such as incorrect project references or build configurations. Let's break it down step by step. And stick around. I have a crucial tip at the end that could save you a lot of time and frustration in the future. To begin resolving the issue, the user should first ensure that all projects in the solution are set to build correctly. This can be done by right-clicking on the solution in the Solution Explorer and selecting Properties. Next, the user should verify the build order of the projects. It's important that the projects are built in the correct sequence, especially if they have dependencies on each other. After confirming the build settings in order, the user should clean and rebuild the solution. This can help resolve any lingering issues with the build process. If the problem persists, the user should check for any missing references in the projects that are failing to build. Right-click on the project and select Add Reference to ensure all necessary libraries are included. Finally, if none of these steps resolve the issue, the user may want to check the output window for any additional error messages that could provide more context on the problem. Fun fact: did you know that the first version of Visual Studio was released in 1997? We've come a long way since then, but some issues still feel like they belong to the past. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. Another user suggests checking the target framework of your reference projects. They found that one project was targeting version 4.6.1, while the calling project was only using 4.5.2, which caused the issue. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative solution comes from another user who faced the same issue. They discovered that the problem was caused by spaces in the solution path. Visual Studio had trouble resolving the package due to these spaces. Their recommendation is to rename the solution to remove any spaces. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. An alternative solution from another user suggests a different approach to resolve the metadata file error. They recommend going to each project that is causing the error, deleting the reference to the problematic project in the References section, and then adding it back again. This method addresses issues that may arise from moving projects around, which can lead to incorrect paths. Now, let's shift our focus to a different response. An alternative solution comes from a user who faced a similar issue. They discovered that the problem was due to a mismatch in the targeted .NET Framework versions. Specifically, their project was targeting .NET Framework version 4.5, while one of the references was built against version 4.61. Once they updated the targeted framework to match, the issue was resolved. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative solution provided by another user involves using the Package Manager console in Visual Studio. They suggest installing the NuGet command line package and clearing the local NuGet cache. After that, you should rebuild your solution. Here's the tip I promised. Always double-check your project references and build configurations before diving into complex troubleshooting. This simple habit can save you hours of frustration. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to resolve the missing metadata file issue in Visual Studio 2017. Remember, keeping your project organized and properly configured is key. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and don't miss our next video where we tackle even more common coding issues.